That's interesting. Okay. That's really interesting. Okay, well, let's try that. Hmm. Now things are just breaking. All right, so I'm gonna have to just fix that at a later time. just have to fix it at a later time. Okay, so sorry about the delay. My voice is not doing too terribly well today. I'm just gonna have to figure it out. I am still running the same version of the list, 3.0.4. Testing out the 𝗟𝗜𝗙𝗘 and the file of Galadriel, seeing how that's going to go. Nothing particularly exciting about the lists. That's not the point of it. The point of it is to do my best and try to do well. All right, here we go. Let's get started on round one. This hand is a snap keep. Got a little bit of a lock in hand. We've got stirrings to help us find our next thing. We have a profane tutor to fill in gaps. Really just depends on what my opponent does here. Put a card on top. Now, do I blind Pixis here to get rid of that card on top? They mulled to 6. I think I will just blind Pixis. I don't really need to know what strategy they're on to know that the card that they have on top of their deck is good for them. And I will actually fetch shock the Overgrown Tomb here, specifically because of that stirrings in my hand. So let's go ahead and take that Surveil. Fortunately, I won't know what it is. I don't really need to. I can suspend that Profane Tutor on turn 2. Ooh, Shifting Woodland. Let's go ahead and play this Urza's Saga. Suspend that Profane Tutor. I have a feeling that Profane Tutor is just going to grab a Thoughtseize. Just go ahead and Blind Mill. Blind Exile, I mean. Ooh, an Inquisition. That was some strong stuff. And you know, I think I will just Lantern here. Let's go ahead and start establishing a lock. We don't need the bridge down yet. Let me actually clear out history. So they have an Urza's Saga on top of their deck. Let's see how dangerous that is. Wow. How interesting. There's just nothing for me to grab off of it, huh? How interesting. Okay, so I think, do I end up taking this Urza's Saga? I think I'll take the Saga. Partially because I want to fix my own draw. That's very good. I guess I don't need to fix my own draw, do I? What are they destroying? They're destroying my Urza's Saga? That's a deal. You got it. I'll grab this one. They're on some sort of stuff here. They're doing something. They are doing something. Alright, so this Profane Tutor is going to resolve. What do I want to grab with this? They're down a 𝗟𝗟𝗩𝗘. Really tempted to just grab a 𝗟𝗓𝗓. I could grab the 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗘. Take the other 𝗟𝗟𝗓𝗘 out of their hand. Check their deck. Where's my 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗘? Oh my goodness, I blind exiled my 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗘. Alright, sure. Well, in that case, I guess it's just going to be Pithing Needle. Yeah, I'll just take it to the Pithing Needle. And I'm going to have to draw that Blooming Marsh, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and Pithing Needle on 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗘. Yours. And we've got a good opportunity to just slam this Ensnaring Bridge, so let's go ahead and do that. And I'm going to have to dig for an answer to this One Ring. So this is going to grab Amulet of Vigor. Let's see what else. Urza's Cave is out. Amulet of Vigor's not actually in their hand yet. Wow, sure. That's an interesting card. Yeah, you got it. I have a feeling that they might be doing something funky here. So let's see what happens. Not much that I can do. Yeah, they got their prime time that they're going to be getting into play. Prime time, here we go. Prime time number 1. Let's see what they can find. Do they got like a Teleria West sort of thing? Fortunately, at least get to see what they get before they start bouncing stuff. But with the Lotus Field, I'm not sure that they actually would be playing the bounce lands. The Stirring Wildwood is very interesting. But I'm not sure I need to actually worry about that quite yet. They do play the bounce land. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got it. Turn their Lotus Field. And they're just gonna go ahead and combo off here. I'm gonna sacrifice some more lands. Wonder what exactly they're sacrificing. Lotus Field itself. In the Urza's Cave. Alright, that's fine. Lotus Field is gone. Evil Titan is gone. Arboreal Grazer is gone. But Aftermath Analyst is going to be a lot. They're going to be able to get some wild combos off here. I'm just not sure if they can beat an Ensnaring Bridge or not. Echoing Deeps. Just gonna go ahead and F6 through this. I don't think there's really anything useful that I could do except for a Pixis activation. They're just gonna generate a ton of mana here. Go right ahead. I'm just not sure how relevant all of this is. Play their Aftermath Analyst. And mill 3 cards. Dryad of the Elysian Grove is terrifying. I'm just not sure how they actually get to a Boseiju here. Not to get to it, yeah, get to a 𝗟𝗓𝗩𝗘. There's this cave, is how they get to a 𝗟𝗓𝗩𝗘. Do they have any way of drawing cards outside of this one ring, though? And I don't feel the least bad about this Needle on Boseiju, because they have shown that they have ways to play Boseiju, return it to play tapped, untap it, tap it for mana, and then bounce it back to their hand with something like a Gruul Turf, and then just fire it off again. If I didn't Needle Boseiju there, I'd be toast. They could just blow up my whole... So let's just go ahead and watch this deck, try to understand how it works, try to see what it does. I have a feeling that the only thing they can do at this point is tutor something with Urza's Cave and then probably bounce it to hand. I'm just not sure what they would tutor. Let's try and figure that out. Let's see if they even do tutor something. They did not choose to tutor something. They just returned a Boseiju and a Forest. So now they get to tutor something with Urza's Cave. Probably something terrifying that I have no idea what it is. What on earth is this? Turn a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped, huh? Am I dead? I think I'm dead. Yeah, wow, they just won. Interesting. Alright, so this is a terrifying deck. I'm gonna go ahead and just combo kill me with 𝗟𝗓𝗃 and drive the Elysian Grove off of that Shifting Woodland. Not gonna lie, this kind of tech is terrifying for Lantern to handle. Just all of the different redundancy pieces that this thing has. They have redundancy in their lands, redundancy in their spells. Feels like if you let them get to like 3 or 4 mana, then they're just gonna win. I'm gonna go ahead and make them combo out, just because I always make them combo out. But, dear God, this is terrifying. I really wish I had my extirpate. Extirpate would have really come in handy here. Extirpate could have taken a Dryad of the Elysian Grove with the Shifting Woodland trigger on the stack or something like that. I don't know if this deck can combo kill with Needle on Boseiju and Extirpate on their Dryad or on their Valakut. Let's just find out. This thing is taking a ton of triggers, though. It's entirely possible that they might time out. Let's look at all these triggers, man. They're already burned 10 minutes on that clock. And they're not F6ing here? Why are they not F6ing? Just gonna go ahead and take a look at the stack. Field, Cool Turf, Bulgari, Rock Farm, Urza Saga, ton of amulet triggers. Yeah, there's the F6, okay. Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. I am thinking... Grafdigger's Cage could stop that one card that we saw. Mill 4 cards and return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. I just can't believe this is legal. That's an insane ability on a land. So I'm thinking Grafdigger's Cage is good. This game will not be won by small lifespans. Assassin's Trophy is imperative. Collective Brutality, not so much. But Terra Sunder, imperative. Abrupt Decay, imperative. Pithing Needle, imperative. Duresses, consider them. Fatal Push, maybe. Extirpate required. The problem is a lot of their combo pieces are creatures and lands, so Duress isn't actually going to help all that much. Duress will take something like a One Ring, but that's not going to actually cripple their deck. So I think this is the wrong axis to be fighting them on. And I think I take out one Profane Tutor and one Bauble. I think Profane Tutor might be just a tad too slow. I don't think File is where I need to be. I think if I can survive their initial onslaught, then they're going to have a hard time winning. This is a risky hand. If I find a second land, it's very nice. But it has quite a bit that it can do on one land. I might just have to luck into another land here. The Inquisitions are unfortunate. I will grab the fetch land here. Grab that lantern. Green into an Arboreal Grazer or an Amulet of Vigor. That's terrible. That's not exactly a solution for me, but that's okay. Ugh. The Aftermath Analyst can be needled. Which means, should I just focus on slowing them down? This hand doesn't actually do anything. I could take the Aftermath Analyst. Next turn I could Stirrings into a land and then Needle Urza's Cave. And then I can just establish a lock. I think I'm gonna do that. Let's explore. It's really unfortunate I didn't have a second land here. Explore. Aura. Vesuva. Wow, they're Vesuvaing my under Overgrown Tomb. This is exactly the sort of thing that I was hoping they wouldn't draw. Give me a second, there might be a tornado. Alright, it's not a tornado. They have the thing. I didn't actually check to see what it was. Definitely something though. I don't think I can afford to wait. And I don't know if I actually want to grab an Urza Saga here. I think I will end up grabbing the Urza Saga. And I'm gonna rely on them not actually wanting to play that activate that Urza's Cave this turn. Do I actually care about them playing the Stride of the Elysian Grove if they don't have Valakuts? I think they only grabbed one Valakut last time. So if I could just remove their ability to I think I'm gonna take a risk and let them play the Dryad. I don't know if that's correct though. Let's find out. Yeah, I definitely didn't want them happening. And what are the bends? Bogar. Go ahead. Bouncing the what's that called? Oh, what did they bounce? The crumbling vestige. And I think I am... I don't think I'm actually going to bother with the 𝗟𝗡𝗩 in that way. I think 𝗟𝗡𝗩 really just needs a pithing needle, honestly. That was quite wise of them to do. I think I am going to take the 𝗟𝗡𝗩 here. I don't feel very confident about this, if you couldn't tell. You... It as a land. It as a land. I think I actually pretty badly want to dig myself to specifically a Thoughtseize here. I think they're going to grab a Lotus Field. Sacrifice a couple of things. They only have one bounce land, so they can either return the Otawara. I didn't even do that. With 4 cards and return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield 2. I worry that if I can't just mill the Saga, they're gonna get it. I could exile it, but I don't really think Saga is actually a problem. The thing I would worry about off of a Saga is a Pithing Needle. A Wire Might, maybe. I think I'm just gonna kind of let this happen. They don't have any way to bounce a land right now. The only thing that they really have is that Urza's Cave. That return only happens when they don't have any way to draw cards that I know of. I think the thing that they could do here is they could use Urza's Cave to grab a bounce land. Yeah, not gonna lie, I'm feeling pretty silly about not grabbing like a basic or something off of that Stirrings. I think I'm gonna take a pretty heavy hit here. That's not gonna be the end of the world. I mean, this doesn't really matter that much now, does it? Alright, so let's see what's gonna happen. I'm gonna take 9. I'm gonna fall to 6. Next turn, I take 4, fall to 2, and then hopefully I'll have a way of at least having 1 card in my hand. They are, interesting. I think I'm just gonna let this happen. ensnaring bridge. I cannot have third ensnaring. It's just not acceptable. So now the problem here is that they can just think of, oh my God. Yeah, this is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. Shifting Woodland can just be a one ring. They definitely have it. Yeah, they're just gonna go ahead and grab a Valakut here and just kill me. Yeah, no, I think that's game. I think this is a game that needs to be looked at in the review stream. I think that just, jeez. I have no idea how to handle this sort of deck. Figure it out. I feel like I could have done some things differently. I feel like if I had grabbed anything that wasn't an Urza Saga off of that instead of this, then it would have been okay. But I kind of went for a greedy play with this. Okay, on to the next. It's the thing about Lantern Man, it just mercilessly punishes mistakes. Jeez, my voice is not doing good. Interesting that the queues are taking a while to pair. There's just not a lot of people playing Modern right now. Right. Okay, this hand, what does this hand do? This hand does turn 1 Inquisition, turn 2 Brutality, and then turn 3 uses Saga to win. I think that's probably good enough, especially against an aggressive sort of deck. I think there's quite a bit of a risk in playing something like this. The double discard makes it much nicer though. Interesting. Now hear me out. I'm gonna take Static Prism. To reveal a Jegantha, took the Static Prism. We've got Sacred Foundry, which they played. Lightning Bolt. They played 2 of. Wow, I think this actually might line up quite nicely. Alright, so let's go ahead and do I max escalate? No, I'm doing this. Probably discard the Blooming Marsh to do it. I don't think I need to max escalate. I'm not gonna max escalate. I'm gonna target them, I'm gonna target this. I'm gonna pay this, and I'm gonna discard this. Go ahead. Wow, triple lightning bolt, huh? Yeah, you got it. Yeah, I should have mass escalated. It's just got nothing to do. Let's just go ahead and see if we can get them to spend their bolts on my saga token. That's promising. Surveilled away an elegant parlor. Yeah, that's right. Hold those lightning bolts. Let's do this now. Know that they have double bolt in hand. Is that really the axis that I want to be fighting them on right this second? Is that really the axis I want to be fighting them on right this second? I don't think so. I think I'd rather them just burn their bolts on my construct tokens. I think they're gonna galvanic discharge here. Yeah. See what they're drawing. Drawing stone cold nothing. I could beat an Ajani with stone cold nothing. Do I grab an overgrown? I have plenty of mana land, so I think I just want to grab it. I'll grab a saga anywhere. The reverse of this. It'll just create it again right away. I think I'll just take that. Yeah, they're killing their own thing. Fantastic. Didn't take the bait. And they got big jeggies in their hand. Thought sees that away if I really need to. So now, what do I want to do? They got Lightning Bolt and Gigantha in hand. I think I definitely want to Assassin's Trophy this guy right now. Nope. I guess I could have swung it with my construct. Yeah, you know what? You can have that. Just gonna go ahead and flood the board here. It's fine. And I think here I will just go ahead and extirpate. I'm gonna extirpate the static prison because that's more difficult for me to answer than the Ajani. Just being mana efficient here. Only got one. Alright, so they got Blood Moons, Preventing Discharges, Flages. What's some nasty stuff that I need to be aware of? That. Would really love a mill rock here. I'll take an ensnaring bridge instead. Let's just go ahead and prepare Blood Moon. It's just a matter of who draws out of this first. Obvious Blood Moon is obvious. But I have all my basics under me, so it doesn't matter. And we're just going to be staring at each other for a while. I can draw even a single mill rock, that'll really help. It's fine. It's fine. Let's just stare at each other, let's see what happens. With that. I have quite a bit of consistency in my deck. They don't have as much in theirs. Stuff. Ooh, that was almost dangerous. Now I have a backup shuffle. That pithing needle is huge. Avenger, Raya. Randomly having my basics under me is what has saved me from dying this game. Because now I get to just trophy their Blood Moon if I want to. Yeah, I'll go ahead and trophy their Blood Moon. Again, just staring at each other until one of us draws an out. Even on my end, something as simple as a Codex Shredder will seal the game. That's not a Codex Shredder. I could activate my fetch land. It's okay, GG's. I don't think I can just let them have this Amped Raptor. Might actually want to mill my own Nazis here. I'm definitely going to mill my own Thoughtseize here. That or Johnny is fine for them to draw. Interesting low resource game here. Love those low resource games. There you go. Cage putting in real work. Hadn't naturally drawn that cage. I might have been dead by now. Alright, let's just let their triggers resolve. Yeah, I'll go ahead and draw this Mycosynth Gardens. Lots of lanterns, not a lot of mill rots. I actually kind of prefer being locked under a Blood Moon at this point. So even if I draw my second trophy, I might not actually use it on the Blood Moon. I might just use it on like a token or something. That Thoughtseize I cannot afford to draw, I think. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and mill myself in my end step. Really don't want to lose the life. I'd like to be able to survive a lightning bolt hit. I think they got one more lightning bolt card. Yeah, that's fine. Again, basics are just saving my bake in this game. Look at that board. This is why I play Lantern. I think I might actually be at the point where... Well, that definitely needs to go anyway, doesn't it? Alright, Ancient Stirrings. Save my bacon, Ancient Stirrings. And I'll go ahead and start milling them, because I expect this Ancient Stirrings to find me a mill rock in case there's something nasty on top of their deck, which there isn't even, so it doesn't matter. I need to cast the Stirrings anyway, so Codex Shredder, get in my hand. I've milled over plenty of my Thought Seizes. So, yeah. I think we're okay. I'll go ahead and start milling them now. I have all the life and all the energy and all the creatures in the world. Just don't care. Yeah. Let's go ahead and mill you one. Play my land. You have any O1s? What an interesting low resource game. Obviously cannot draw that Fable. Right. This game will be over in a few turns. I think I lost quite a bit of time. Ugh. Quite unfortunate. We have another blood moon. Show you all of my blood, all of my basics though, so hopefully you won't be encouraged to bring it in again. I need to remove their upkeep stuff. Should have thought of that earlier. Alright, and they're not going to get another draw. They're going to lose on their next draw step. And there's that last lightning bolt. Take care of it. Let's go ahead and play this out just in case. Nice. Alrighty. That would have been a lot cleaner if I had been a little more responsible with my stops. That upkeep stop needed to go a long time ago. I just didn't think of that. Alright, so against this deck, Underworld Cookbook is good. Pixis is good. Craft Digger's Cage is good. Trophy is okay enough. Brutality is excellent. So what things do we need to bring in? Removal Suite needs to come in. If I need extra baits. I think I'm going to keep one extra bait. I feel a bit nervous about bringing out all of the extra baits, and I think I'm going to bring in Abrupt Decay. Just need to make sure to get my basics under me. I'm going to go ahead and side out my Consistency Suite. This is exactly the sort of hand that I would want to keep. It's just disruption after disruption after disruption. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Blockers, where are you asking? Alright, so I don't really think I want that Pity Needle. I don't think I care. I do, however, want my second swamp. Yeah. Do I Inquisition and then just Path of Peril next turn? Oh, I definitely do that. Definitely, absolutely 129,000% do that. Alright. You may have the Flage. You're gonna have to fetch that Lightning Bolt away anyway. So I'm gonna take 3 this turn. And then Path of Peril is just going to wreck their board. Take 5 this turn. Militant Raptor, I just don't like it. You may have an Arid Mason. Now, this Flage is going to come down, and it's going to come down hard. So I am going to need to find an answer to it. Whether it's just a Brutality or a Decay to get rid of it temporarily. Or a... don't survive. I just do that. Bridge works. Slam that bridge. Let's go. Alright, this game's locked up. Not actually going to use my discard at the moment. To dash this Ragavan, how bad is that for me? It's not bad. They can disrupt one of my draws. But they cannot actually use it to win. Gonna play the lantern? You should play the lantern. Alright. So here I am gonna be a little more aggressive than I was the last game. I'm gonna mill that lightning bolt knowing that I don't actually technically need to mill it. And I will just to get it out of my hand. And now here, since I don't actually have a second Flage in their yard, I do not need to grab Grafdigger's Cage. Instead, I'm going to grab another Pixis. I don't need to mill that Blood Moon. In fact, I might actually prefer it if they keep the Blood Moon, but I want to just be a little more aggressive with my milling. Really? Alright. And I want to actually do this before Saga resolves because I don't actually want to kill the Flage. Do I create the blocker as a hedge against random bullshit? Yeah. And I will grab and fix this here. Okay. This game is locked up. If I see a Flage, I'm going to exile it. Other than that, there's really just not much that my opponent can do here. Big Daddy Jegs is going to show up. Gonna look really cute. Not going to be able to attack. Now I have 9 minutes to mill 37 cards. Alright, this is real chill. Gonna save the Pixis just for an emergency like that. You're gonna shuffle? That's fine, you can shuffle. Go ahead and surveil that to your graveyard if you want. Decide to put it on top. Oh, wow. It's an 𝗟𝗜𝗩𝗘 Pariah. Wow, look at that. That card is absolutely unbeatable. There's no way on earth that I could possibly win the game if that actually hits the table. I would just die almost immediately. My opponent was allowed to draw that. Yeah, you got it. The lock's just too strong at this point. It just doesn't matter. It's kind of one of the things that you have to dance around with this deck is you have to know when to remove your stops because you just need to be so efficient with your time. Like there, I should have F6'd. That's why I have the upkeep stop. I exile that. Also, let Pride is fine. And like right here, I should be F0ing. It's kind of a bit of a habit. Let's go ahead. F6 and F0 and stuff. Yeah, that's gotta go. Let's F6 the rest of this turn. Play that. F6. They have no way to grab a thing, so on their upkeep, I'll F0. I'll go ahead and mill them out. Here it's just me building good habits. Good habits. And yeah, I'll go ahead and take the blood node. It doesn't. Yeah. Trophy is fine. Let's go ahead and trophy a token. Again, it just does not matter. Let's go ahead and mill that. They still don't have any way to manipulate the top of their deck. They're just making me play it out. But 𝗟𝗜𝗩𝗘 is a one-time shuffle. Very useful in this situation. I'll go ahead and take the... There we go. Okay. So I'm at 1-1. That first deck was just an absolute eating. I can't activate any of my things. What's going on? I want to play the game. Go ahead and play it. The Boros energy list is significantly less scary than the Mardu energy list. Mardu energy list terrifies me. I have nightmares about it. The fact that it's got Thonian Nightmare. It's fine, I guess, but the real scary card in that is Omnixless the Adversary and Village Rites specifically. Oh, hey Maple, nice to see you in the chat. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Sorry, my voice is just not doing terribly hot today. Oh, what does this hand do? This hand does a turn 1 Lantern into a turn 2 Brutality, or maybe a Stirrings into a Mill Rock, into turn 3 Saga tokens. That's a keep. Let's go ahead and... do I fetch Shock here? I don't think I'm going to fetch Shock. I think I'm just going to play the Dark War Pathway. And then if I really need to Stirrings, then... oh, it's this again. Yeah, let's go ahead and dump one of these Stirrings out of my hand. I don't need... I guess I could have gotten rid of the Lantern instead. Double Blood Moon. Oh no. Oh no. My opponent has made a mistake. You see what their mistake is? You see what their mistake is? Discharge they actually want to keep. How do I max punish this? They have another monkey. I have another Lantern in my hand. I could make them shuffle. Wait! Monkey doesn't matter. I don't care about monkey. Why? Because I have a Verdant Cat. I have a active Urza Saga. Although I guess they do have Galvanic Discharge in hand. Oh well. Oops. Oh, they just conceded. Wow. They definitely should not have conceded that. I made a mistake. Oh well. That's for the review right there. That moment in time is for review. Yeah, they had a Galvanic Discharge in hand that I knew about. So I'm not actually sure that it was correct to just go ham on the constructs there. So this is the same sideboard plan that I did last time. Just bringing out my consistency suite and bringing in things that I would want to play anyway. I don't... last time I played against this, I didn't see any sort of... I didn't see any sort of... oh, what's that? Unstable Amulet. I didn't see an unstable Amulet list. I played against this just last match. But I think that was a ridiculously, stupidly early concession from my opponent. Go ahead and keep this. I think I might actually go turn 1 Stirrings, maybe. I think I might go turn 1 Stirrings, maybe turn 1 Push, depending on what they play. Yeah, the last list didn't have amulets, but this one might have amulets. I think it actually is turn 1 Push here. See if my opponent made the same mistake as last game. Push your monkey. It's just modern version of Bolt the Bird, isn't it? Uh-oh. They made the same mistake. They made the same mistake, chat. It's not good. It's not good, chat. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Get the lock established as quickly as possible. Oh dear, they have made a mistake. Do I even grab bridge here, or do I just... I'm not even sure if I grab bridge in this scenario. Like, I can just see a fetch land coming up and pithing needle that. Yeah. I think constructs are gonna have me covered. A fatal push is definitely gonna help. Uh-oh. They made the classic blunder, keeping a one lander against lantern. The second that a competent lantern pilot recognizes it, they're out for blood. Oh dear. That was terribly greedy. What was that guy that was in the we were talking about in the Discord the other day, where it was like, ah, yes, I have a fantastic sideboard plan against Lantern. Their whole plan is to keep you off of your hate pieces. So you just side in all of your hate pieces and just run a 75 card deck against them. Shout out to that guy for helping me win this match. Feel like I didn't deserve that win, but I'm gonna take all wins equally. I love all of my wins equally. That was incredibly greedy. They were really counting on that Ragavan to get in, and then I put the stop on their attack step specifically for tilt. I could have just pushed the Ragavan on my main phase, but that would have been too easy, I think. Wouldn't have been nearly as fun. Alright, so beat Boros Energy twice in a row. I would like to play first. What does this hand do? This hand has turn 1, build your own Bauble Scry into Thoughtseize, probably. Do I even use the Bauble for the Scry, or do I just use it to see what's on top of my opponent's deck? Because I'm always fetching basic swamp off this anyway. I might just use it to inform my decision on what I take on the Thoughtseize. I might just not pop it. I don't think it's correct to not pop it. I am just gonna go ahead and pop it on my opponent. Looted Delta. Alright. So double Thoughtseize here is gonna be pretty good. Go ahead and just fire it off now. Oh, they're on some stuff here. Now, what could they possibly have Urza's Saga for? I'm going to, over these next 2 turns, take the Profane Tutor and the Corio's Vengeance. Just need to remember to take the Profane Tutor next turn. Ooh, that was a good draw. That was an excellent draw. Let's go ahead and take that Profane Tutor. I have this third Thoughtseize to take whatever they happen to well. Alright, there's not much I can do about that. Urza's Saga comes down. Scalding Tarn came down last turn. We're going to suspend Profane Tutor here, and I'm just not going to be able to do anything about that. wow, would you look at that? I also play Profane Tutors. Let's just go ahead and completely strip their hand. Throw like an island or something. And here, it's pretty important that I dig myself into a third land for Ensnaring Bridge, or maybe into like a removal spell or some sort of something. So I think this Profane Tutor, even though it looks quite lovely, I think I gotta get rid of it. Surza Saga looks much better. Because what they're gonna do next turn is that Profane Tutor's gonna come off suspend. And then that Yargle that I very so nicely put into the graveyard for them, they're going to grab Goryo's Vengeance for it. So, let's just go ahead and drop Bridge. Yep, you can. And unfortunately, I'm not actually going to know what they grabbed off this Profane Tutor, so I probably should have kept that Thoughtseize that I fired off pretty aggressively last time. I think I should have kept that in hand. No, I just don't know what they're... you may have a Lightning Bolt. You're gonna create a construct, you're just gonna tap it for mana, you're gonna make a construct. This is perfectly fine. Even a Dispeller's Capsule. Yeah, grab that off of Urza Saga. I'm Underworld Cook. Right. So they're doing something over there. I think I'm gonna try and mill myself and do a little more action. That looks much. I don't actually need to drop this bridge all the way quite yet. Goryo's Vengeance. I don't actually think I'm going to care about the Goryo's Vengeance. I think I'm just gonna grab a Pixis. Oh. That makes a lot of sense. I don't think I'm gonna allow them to have that. Just in case they tutored a Yargle. I don't want them to have that either. Yeah. Sure. Alright. Grimoire Vault, carry the day. Suspend the Profane Tutor. Urza Saga is out. Oh, oh, oh. Dang it. That sucks. If I just get an Underworld Cookbook here and start gaining some life. Do I grab an Underworld Cookbook and start gaining life outside of their combo potential? So if I do that, then I don't really care much about anything they're doing. Like, if I can gain to, like, 18 life and then find a way to Thoughtseize up, but I really would rather just have a Thoughtseize, actually. Oh. Yeah. This Profane Tutor still has 2 counters on it. So I think the Pixis was probably the thing that I wanted to go for. So they will have the ability to tutor for that. But they're gonna have to have a lot of different pieces in hand. I know that one of the cards in their hand is a land, I think it was that. So now they've just got the card in hand that they tutored for a couple turns ago. So let me go ahead and strip that out of their hand. I don't actually care if you draw that, so I'm going to leave it on top for now. I do care about this Thoughtseize taking the half of your combo that you tutored for a few turns ago. Yeah, see, there it is. And now I just need to keep them off of both halves of their combo. That Profane Tutor's going to resolve. I just need to assume that that's what they're doing. Well, it's probably game. That's probably game, actually. That's unfortunate. Maybe I should have searched for an extirpate or something. Because here's what they're gonna do. They search their card for a deck, they're gonna put it into their hand, and then they're just gonna absolutely blow me out of the water. Yep, let's just go ahead and let it happen. I'm gonna mark this as a loss because they know what they're doing. I have a 50% chance to just win. Oh no, I don't. Wow, they actually used the second ability of the Underworld Cookbook. That's insane. I think Graph Digger's Cage is too slow, ironically enough. I think I desperately want these Duresses, though. I want those Duresses. But they got the 2 cards. Might want the Pithing Needle. Oh, I definitely want the Extirpate. The Extirpate's gotta come in. Extirpate continuing to look. Interestingly enough, this combo looks like it's actually fairly hard for me to interact with. Although I would have had it locked up quite easily if they hadn't drawn runner, runner, runner. Maybe I should have shuffled Lantern, huh? I could just do that. Realities can come out. Dang, I'm not actually I'm not actually sure what to do. Just wish I had more Thoughtseizes. I wish I had more Thoughtseizes, and I should keep my consistency in. Maybe I just need to go super high on the consistency. Just not seeing anything in my sideboard that'll really help. In that case, maybe I should bring File in. Just one. unkeepable. Needle something important. You know, I'll go ahead and keep the extra bauble, that's fine. They desperately digging for another discard spell here. I feel like naming the Underworld Cookbook here is kind of just free. We do end up fetching. See nothing. It's calling. You know, I guess they need some way to get their red, don't they? Kept it on top, so I'm gonna go ahead and mill it. Let's just go ahead and the Underworld Cookbook here. If I was gonna needle the Underworld Cookbook, I probably shouldn't have kept it in my own damn deck. It's kind of silly of me, wasn't it? You're gonna thought seize me, you're gonna take my bridge, and that's gonna be... Why do you have 6 cards in your hand? Urza Saga, very much welcome. Let's see how this goes. Need some pretty epic draws right here, and was it good enough draw, I suppose? Let's go ahead and do I just fetch out a forest? I will take that. I will take that. I will absolutely take that. I'm gonna fetch out the shock here then. I'm getting pretty close to activating a Codex Shredder, actually. Orcish Bowmasters, that suddenly makes a lot of sense. So here, I think I'm going to self-mill 3 times. I don't think that they're going to go for the combo this time. I think they're just going to try and kill me as fast as they can. It's a forest. It's a lantern. It's an Inquisition, okay. Well, now the question is, What do I return with Shredder? And I think I can actually mill myself a little bit. Try and find the answer to that question. Alright, well here it's pretty obvious that I'm going to have to return the ensnaring bridge. So I can use Inquisition to protect it. Wow, actually using the last ability of Codex Shredder. How many years has it been since I've done that? Once a night, really? It's the first time I've done it in a long time. And they got Pithing Needle. Of course they got Pithing. Well, now I feel quite silly milling that Pixis, don't I? Am I actually going to lose to the mean Yargle Kragenworth Cremator deck? Oh, maybe not. All right, well, I'm taking the consigned to memory, obviously. Okay. So that's gotta go, that's gotta go. They just have no way that they can interact with this Assassin's Trophy. Psychic Frog is just not doing anything. Assassin's Trophy coming in clutch. Oh, that's really good, actually. That's a really good way to do it. But what about second Pithing Needle? I don't have second Pithing. Pixis is just such a good inclusion to the deck, it's insane. Alright, I'm pretty sure this one's locked. Just need to keep them off their Krakenworks and their profane tutors, my goodness. I'll go ahead and actually mill myself because I need a little bit more action here. It's fine. Yeah, I know they don't have anything worth taking. If I can actually manage to mill them out before they can get to hand discard size for that Emrakul, then I don't actually have to mill them out twice. Oh, they just conceded. I'll take it. I will definitely take that. Alright, so it seems like they sideboarded into a more fair plan with Orcish Bowmasters and Psychic Frogs and things like that. They also have the Consigned to Memory. So I wonder, a situation like that. They still have the Work Cremators, I think. Do they have the Kraken Work Cremators? Did I actually see a Kraken Work Cremator that game? Not entirely certain I saw a Kraken Work Cremator that game. Oh well. So do I want to change my sideboarding plan at all? Thing that I would consider bringing in. What would I consider bringing in? I think Abrupt Decay probably should be coming in. Probably over a Bauble. Oh, the Underworld Cookbook has got to go. It's got to go. I'm considering Terra Sunder for Needles and Books, but I don't know if that's like the actual problem. Like if it does hit Saga, it does hit Saga. I feel like a Terra Sunder on a Saga might actually be pretty decent. I don't know if I want to go up to... Yeah, I think that's probably fair. I'll just use one. I'm just not really seeing anything else that I would want to bring in. I really want my Thoughtseizes. Hey, look at that. This hand is a Thoughtseize and one land and no consistency. Oh boy, do I keep this? Alright, so here's what happens if I keep this hand. I go turn 1 Thoughtseize. I never draw my second land ever. And then I die. I don't think I can responsibly keep this hand. Here's what happens if I keep this hand. I go turn 1 Inquisition, into turn 2 Stirring Shredder or Profane Tutor, into turn 3 Saga tokens. I'm gonna keep this. Now, the question is, do I want Profane Tutor? Do I want Profane Tutor? I think I want Profane Tutor in this hand. The card that's most suspect in this hand is actually Ancient Stirrings. I'm gonna bottom the Stirrings. Doing a lot. Maybe Ancient Stirrings should go down to 2. Now, do I Inquisition or do I Shredder? I think I'm going to the Inquisition or do I Shredder? I think I'm just gonna Inquisition. See what's going on there. Double Consign. Vengeance, Profane Tutor, Thoughtseize. Alright, so this is a... There's a Saga hand, except they've got Double Consign. I think I'm going to take the Profane Tutor and just stop their ability to do whatever, anything different than what they're doing. Take the Profane Tutor. Yeah, they can slow down the Saga. They can render my Urza Saga completely useless, basically. But they cannot do much more than that. And they told me what they drew for turn, which is quite lovely of them, actually. I appreciate that, opponent. Thank you. Let's go ahead and suspend this profane tutor. Scalding Tarn's gone. They found something to do, it looks like. Is it a psychic frog? Let's find out. It's not a psychic frog. They would have gotten the blue source there if it was. So they could play psychic frog and also hold open, consign. But they found something to do for sure. Oh. That's something to do. That's definitely something to do. Yeah, I'll sack my board. Wow, that was something to do. Huh. It doesn't outright kill me, but it does set me back quite a bit. But it also set them back quite a bit. They're still kind of top decking here, aren't they? I think I'm going to sequence my stuff properly. I'm going to hope they draw a blank here. Yeah, that's right. Alright, and I think it... Do I hold the Thoughtseize? I think I'm going to hold the Thoughtseize. We're just going to stare at each other for a little bit. They countered the wrong trigger. This is the trigger they should have countered. You know, Profane Tutor just took both of their consigns out of their hand. Not going to be mad about that. Not mad about that in the slightest. And I am going to just slow roll my, I'm going to slow roll my Thoughtseize here. Nihil Spellbomb, did they bring that in because I activated Shredder one time? No way. Yeah! I think I can just safely copy... No, I'm not going to copy Shredder. I don't need to copy Shredder. Wow, I actually have a fighting chance in this game. I'm going to... Do I bridge and then... Yeah, I don't want to shock in. I'm just going to grab the swamp. And now we need the world's most skillful Pithing Needle. Oh, they just let it resolve? I think it's still named the Underworld Cookbook, right? See, Stirrings didn't look terribly good in my... Oh. Stirrings didn't look terribly good in my opening hand, but a Stirrings top deck right here would look amazing. Gonna stare at each other for a while, wondering what the heck we're doing. Oh. Well, this is the exact situation that I brought in the file for, isn't it? Oh. All right. And now we get to see why I have file of Galadriel in my sideboard. This is the exact scenario in which I would like to have a file. Honestly, I'm just looking for some sort of card advantage. I'm looking for some sort of card advantage. File of Galadriel has been a very nice addition because it can be found off of Stirrings. I considered Conduit of Worlds for a while, but it doesn't do a very good job. It's just got too many restrictions on it. Some people have considered playing Dance of the Mans. Dance with no pants. And there's just jack all that I can do right here. So if they drew something that just wins the game, then, you know, I just... Oh. This is hilarious. Yeah, I die. Wow, that's hilarious. Oh, that's what I get for bringing it in against a freaking Orcish Bowmaster's deck, huh? Wow, would you look at that? Wow, that was hilarious. Okay, so what did we learn today, folks? What did we learn today, folks? We learned that drawing extra cards against Orcish Bowmasters is very not good. That was hilarious. Perhaps I should have held the file until after their Profane Tutor resolved, huh? I'm sure that that's what they grabbed off of it. Yeah, this is what we learned today. Do not bring in file against any deck that plays black. Which actually severely limits its usefulness. Alright, what does this hand do? This hand does stone cold nothing. What does this hand do? This hand goes turn 1 lantern into turn 2 kill your thing or shredder cookbook. And I think I want the option, so I'm gonna bottom the land. Devourer of Destiny, huh? I'm playing against friggin' 𝗟𝗓𝗩𝗘. What did you exile? Yo, they exiled the card in the Crate Creator. Alright. I'm happy. I am happy. So I need to deploy the cards that I actually care about, which in this case are my mill rocks, because I fully expect that I'm going to get my thought seared, knotted. And I'm going to pix this here because I'm looking for a bridge. Yeah, you may have that. Of course, I already had the Thought-Knot Seer in hand, or maybe this is a 𝗟𝗜𝗩𝗘 Micah Spawn, whatever. Whatever you're going to take, it doesn't really matter to me. Took that. Alright, so here, Devour does stone cold nothing against us. It is a 7-mana 6/6. Yeah! Oh. Okay, I got 𝗟𝗓𝗩𝗘 in hand. Actually, red. Searching for Kozilek's command can go. I have some time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't have that much time. They cannot have that 𝗟𝗓𝗩𝗘 Micah Spawn. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and exile that. Oh, another 𝗟𝗓𝗩𝗘. Urza Saga is actually really big here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they can start just slamming Devourers. Which is actually putting them a turn ahead of me. Jeez, man. Saga's gonna be too slow. Saga's too slow. Because what happens is it enters on 1. It enters on 1. They're gonna swing for 10 next turn, put me to 6. They're gonna play another Devourer. I'm gonna actually pick this here. I will take the Thoughtseize because I need the Thoughtseize anyway. And now it's bridge or bust. So I need a bridge in my top, what, like 4 cards? Also shuffle. Bridge or bust. Bridge or bust. Bridge or bust. It's not a bridge. That's not a bridge. That's not a bridge. All right, bridge or bust. I would have taken the Saga if it wasn't too slow. If they had waited like a turn or something to play the Devourer, then Saga would have been perfect. I would have been able to line up my blockers against their attackers. It's just a real shame, you know? Alright, what's bad in this matchup? Graph Digger's Cage is bad. Underworld Cookbook is bad. Pithing Needles aren't... Yeah, if they only had one power, but I let them draw the second one. Silly of me. Thoughtseize is excellent. Inquisition is fine. Exturbate is terrible. I feel like I should side grade my Inquisitions for Duresses. I don't actually want my creature removal here. They had the black-green talisman. What does that tell me? It tells me that they might have a Visager somewhere. I feel like I want the Terra Senders. Maybe the third Pithing Needle. I do not want to side out any of my consistency. Alright, what does this hand do? This hand is a fast Saga, which actually might help me quite a bit. I'm gonna keep this. Do I fetch Shock here? I don't think I need to fetch Shock. I think that I can bobble myself. Decide if I want to use Catacomb. I think I just want to use Catacombs regardless. Lab? What is Lab? Oh, you know what I can do? Here's what I can do. Here's what I can do. I'm gonna get greedy here. I don't want that anyway. Do I fetch Shock? I brought in 2 more green pips. But for my green pips, I would need another hand anyway, so it doesn't matter. Here's what I'm gonna do, guys. Here's what I'm gonna do. Watch this. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may put one of those back on top of your library and then exile the rest. Oop. There's an Urza's Tower, huh? You exiled all that stuff. That's kind of terrifying. Oh, Lab is in Labyrinth. Should have fetched Shocked here. Do I just needle their expedition map. I think I'm going to needle their expedition map. I think this is an extraordinarily aggressive play, but I think I see an opening. And I think that if they kept an Urza's Tower on top of their deck, then that means that they were relying on assembling Urzatron. And I took the tower, and now I took the map. And now they're just behind. And my constructs are going to be huge. My constructs will be a 5/5 next turn. Oh, and I have a second saga. I think I'm just going to kill them. I think I'm just going to straight up try and kill them. They have access to 5 mana here. Like, they can get back this Devourer if they want to. But even if they cast it, it's only a 6/6. My creatures are going to be bigger than that. It's officially time for the beatdown plan. Ah, it's the Desperation Kozilek's command. I love to see it. X equals 3. Oh, I love to see it. What they scry, how they scry, and what they draw is going to tell me a lot about the composition of their hand. But it did not tell me what they scried. I'm going to assume that they drew the Urza's Mine. Or was it a tower? It's an Urza's Tower. I'm sorry, opponent. But, what about second Urza Saga? Taking that Kozilek's command that's just going to gum up the board. You may have a Devourer of Destiny. I am significantly more prepared for double Devourer than I was last game. I'm not prepared for that one. You may not have the... Oh, actually... It's a bit risky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They could kick a Sowing Mica Spawn here. Oh. Oh, I take it. I take those. We take those. We take those. They're gonna stand up their expedition map. Just double Devourer, right? Oh, it's Devourer and Thought Knot. Okay, that's fine. Yes, I would very much like to just make the fattest freaking things you've ever seen in your entire life. And I will attack Karn. And I will put you behind. But now my opponent is on the defensive. They don't have any path to keep their Karn next turn, so they're just going to have to fetch something out of their sideboard. Something like would this deck even play an Engineered Explosives in their sideboard? I have no idea. Oh, Stone, perhaps. But they don't have the ability to both cast and pop O-Stone. Which means I just grab a needle for O-Stone off of my Urza Saga. Because I brought in a third needle. So they need something that's going to save their bacon right now. I could have saved the duress for that. I feel like they're just going to be casting the Karn this turn anyway. Oh, they grabbed an ensnaring bridge. They grabbed an ensnaring bridge. That's hilarious. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. Yeah, you got it. I am going to I'm gonna attempt to remove that ensnaring. I am needling Karn here. Wow, how absolutely incredible. I don't think I actually care. Dude, the irony on this is just so delicious. They're exiling one of my basics, that's fine. Yeah, I don't actually... I'm actually not entirely convinced that I want to fire off stirrings right now.
Everything around me became suddenly unreal, as if in a dream.
Probably going to take the pithing needle here. Just couldn't think of a thing to name with it. I'm sure I'll find it and get punished somehow. This is hilarious. Oh, oh, well, this makes it trivially easy. Gonna go ahead and take that Karn. World Breaker probably would have been the correct name. You're right about that. Mycosynth Garden's too good. I'm sorry, opponent, but I'm not going for the Ensnaring Bridge. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. In fact, I'm not actually going to cast it right now. I'm just going to use their bridge against them. Karn needs to go. Sorry, opponent. I'm not going to do what you think I'm going to do. Fails to find a basic land card. Alright, now here's something actually interesting. And yeah, naming World Breaker here would have actually been quite nice, wouldn't it? So I'm going to try and find a Pixis. Hey, there's a Pixis. Alright, easy mode. Easy every time. Easy every time. I'm just gonna, this is the single most hilarious game of Magic I've played all week. But does any of this actually matter? I don't think so. And my opponent just keeps playing their cards, not realizing that they're locked underneath their own Ensnaring Bridge. They're just not doing it. They're just playing out all these irrelevant cards for some reason. Like, I'm not even gonna cast another spell for the rest of the game. Just don't need to. Just none of this matters anymore. Dude, this is the best game of Magic ever. The One Ring? What's the One Ring? What's Walking Ballista? Do they just side in all of their Karn targets? Wow, that was some incredible gameplay right there. My opponent cowered in fear under the power of Urza's Saga. Panic grabbed an Ensnaring Bridge that ended up actually being their downfall. Alright, so what did we learn? We learned that Terra Sunder is really, 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 really good. Even though it wasn't actually drawn, there were just so many situations in which Terra Sunder would have been really good. What else did we learn? We learned that our opponent is kicking themselves swiftly in the nuts for playing that Ensnaring Bridge. But I genuinely just am not sure what other outs that they had at that point. I think they were just trying to not die in that exact moment. Alright, what does this hand do? This hand does turn 1 Bobble Shredder into, hopefully, find a land. I'd have 4 looks at a land. It's a decent amount of looks. Into Turn 2 Thoughtseize something else. It doesn't have any lock, but it does have a Stirrings, but it doesn't have a way to cast the Stirrings. This is probably on the borderline between keep and not keep. It's got 3 mill rocks in it. It's already kind of like a mold of 6. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to rely on the power of the Bobble Lock to get me where we're going. There are better 6s, but like if I'm looking at this as a 6-card hand, which it kind of is anyway, then I'm going to keep it. Oh, they just went straight off and fired off that Haywire Might. Look at that. Good on you. Ah, well. I'm going to go ahead and pop the top of it. If it's a land, it's a land. Think of it a lantern. Oh, Karn the Great Creator. That's going to be a great Thoughtseize target next turn. Where's this tower? They don't have green with which to use their Haywire Might. They don't have green with which to use their Haywire Might. They don't have green with which to use their Haywire Might. What exactly is going on in here? See. I see. Do I just take the One Ring, fight through both cards, keep them off green as much as I can, eventually Needle Karn on the way out, and then just kill them the same way I did last game? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. They need a green source right here. Do they have a Talisman of Resilience in their sideboard? Yeah, they just have another One Ring. That's fair. Oh, wow. Yeah. I mean, how do we win against this deck? We just draw a double Saga and just invalidate literally everything. I see blood. See blood. I don't know if I'm gonna actually take advantage of it. Oh, engineered explosives. What's that? Hold up. Hold up. All right. So, Karn, the Great Creator, sowing Micah Spawn, engineered explosives. They do not have a way to play engineered explosives for anything other than 0. I think I'm gonna go aggressive here again. If they had actually played the engineered explosives, then maybe they would have had a chance. But they did not. Them standing up the One Ring would actually be quite annoying, so I think I'm just going to make them force the issue. Just let it die. Now, do I want them drawing this Devourer of Destinies? Yeah, I think it's fine. It's just powerful. That, by Sage, was a big no-no. I'm gonna go ahead and do this now. All right, so they can stand up. They can stand up their engineered explosives. They can go grab an ensnaring bridge here. And they did. Alright, so that means I'm not in immediate danger. In fact, what am I worried about right now? I think I'm gonna Stirrings. I grab my own ensnaring bridge just as insurance. I don't think I need to. Grab a shredder. And I'm going to suspend a profane tutor here. Alright, so they're going to draw a Thought Knot and 2 others. Seer's gonna hit. They still do not have any green mana. I'm going to lock them behind their 1 ring next turn. Yeah, they just don't have anything that they can do here. I'm going to lock them out of their 1 ring, and then at the turn after that, I'm going to grab a either an Assassin's Trophy, probably not an Assassin's Trophy, actually exactly Terra Sunder. Which means I need to play this land. Ooh, the Stone Brain. What are they going to name off of the Stone Brain, huh? Yeah! They named the wrong card. Should have named Pithing Needle. They should have named Pithing Needle. You may have every single one of my Assassin's Trophies. That's beautiful. You may have that. All right, so here's what's going to happen. My opponent will not draw a green source for the rest of the game. Ever. They just won't do it. Here's what's going to happen. I am going to untap. I'm going to draw this Blooming Marsh. Okay, so, wow. Oh, sorry, that was really loud. All right, so. Yeah. I won the match. Oh, jeez, that's so loud. Oh. All right, I won the match. With 31 seconds left on my clock. I did exactly what I said I was going to do, or what I tried to say I was going to do before the stream ended, which was I grabbed the 1 ring's needle with my Saga. I played my land for turn, tapped. Next turn, I grabbed specifically Terra Sunder. And I exiled their Karn. And then I used the burden counters on the ring to drain my opponent out. They had all sorts of nasty stuff that they were trying to do. They were trying to get a green source so they could play their World Breaker, but they didn't have a green source. I didn't let them draw one. I didn't let them draw their Cityscape Leveler. They did unearth their Cityscape Leveler, But when you unearth it, it needs to attack in order for the trigger to happen. And I had an ensnaring bridge in play. It couldn't attack. But my opponent also had an ensnaring bridge in play. They tried swinging in with the hair wire mite to try and kill me, but I'm not going to take the bait on that. Ugh. 3-2. That was a lot. I need to get better at this freaking deck. Yeah. All right, I'm out.